There are three things that I want you to really know about burnout, and they're not so widely spoken, and they're not so common discussions about burnout, and I would like to share them with you today here. My name is Vassia 𝗍𝗀. I'm a psychologist, and I am here today in order to talk about the elephant in the room, which is, of course, burnout. Everybody has suffered. I also have been on the verge of the burnout as well. And I know many of you have flirted with burnout, they are in the middle of a burnout, or you're recovering. So, burnout, we know already the definition, the official definition that says that it's a syndrome conceptualized as resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. And it's characterized by three dimensions, which is the feelings of energy depletion, the increased mental distance and feelings of negativity and cynicism, and also the reduced professional activity. We know that definition, more or less, and we have felt it. But also, I like the other definition that says burnout is what happens to us when we care too much for too long. And that's why, according to this definition, my definition is that burnout is not only about workplace stress, it's also about being a parent, being in a stressful relationship for a long time. So, burnout is for somebody who has cared for too long without taking care of their own selves, of their own energy tank. There are three things that I would like to share with you today. The first one is about the onset of burnout. We know, or we have heard, that the beginning of burnout is when we start already feeling tired, we don't have a lot of capacity for empathy for other people, we don't feel that we are enough rested. However, this is not the beginning of burnout. The beginning of burnout is something that we don't suspect that is the beginning of burnout. It's actually when we are over enthusiastic about something we do and we love doing it. For example, when you're in a new job and you actually want to work on this project all the time, and you keep saying yes to your project managers or your supervisors or your colleagues. You keep helping, supporting others because you are learning and you love learning about this new area, this new territory. And that is the beginning of burnout, because this is the point when we have too loose boundaries. We don't give enough time for ourselves to rest. We're still very motivated and very inspired and very energetic, but that's where we all misunderstand the signs and we keep giving and giving without protecting ourselves. That's the first thing that I would like to share. The second thing that I would like to share is about the duration of recovery. We think that by taking some time off work, and usually workplace gives us around 3 months, for example, to recover, or by going on holidays and then coming back, we will be recovered. However, burnout is much more complicated than just going on a holiday. We're talking about fundamental changes in our brain structure. The amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, they're changing shape because of burnout. And this is not changing back to its original shape overnight. So we need months and months. And according to a comprehensive study in the Journal of Organizational Behavior, they found that burnout recovery can take up to 2 years. And when I shared that in one of the videos that I did for Instagram, there were people saying to me, I'm already on my third year and I'm recovering. So it's even more than that for some people. So it's not just, like a sprint. It's not a weekend getaway. This is a marathon. This is something that we need months and months of recovery, or maybe years. This period is fluctuating periods of improvement, but also setbacks. So that's something for us to remember when we are preparing, when we are in the recovery period. There's going to be lots of ups and downs, and also we need as much self-compassion as possible. Many times when I am working with my clients that are recovering from burnout, what I usually hear is like, when I'm going to be okay, why I'm still damaged, why is it not stopping? And actually, this pressure is adding to the time needed for the recovery. We need self-compassion. We cannot have this inner critic pressure while we're recovering, because it just feeds the same loop that created the burnout at the first time. The third thing that I would like to share with you is that beating burnout comes also with some extra collateral damage, which is the stress, the post-traumatic stress, the fear that we're experiencing. Almost everybody that I have treated, they are afraid, and they are recovered already. They are still afraid that they are going to relapse. What if I'm going to go through burnout again? Is this burnout? I'm feeling tired. Is it happening to me again? So this paralyzing feeling and paralyzing fear that any symptom that resembles the initial symptoms of burnout, it's burnout happening again. It's a relapse. And there are studies that highlight the connection between burnout and post-traumatic stress. But this is not to scare you, of course. This is just creating a realistic perspective about burnout. And I don't only bring problems, I bring also solutions. I launch this program once or twice a year because it's a fairly long program. Burnout recovery program starts on November 1st. You're going to find more information about that on my website, andilons.com, Burnout Recovery. And there are some unique elements in this program. First of all the material that I'm sharing with you, there's no video in there, because I know what happens to the brain when it's going through burnout. It's already overwhelmed and overburdened. Why would I add some extra hours of videos while you're already having too many video calls every day at your work? So there's no videos. It's only audios that you can listen while you're working or while you are maybe resting your eyes and your body. And we do have one weekly meeting in order, of course, to discuss, to tailor-make our progress, and to talk about what's important. So that's unique about this program. Another thing that happens in this program is that I'm also inviting guest speakers, experts on their field, from nutrition, from productivity experts, yoga trainers, body image specialists, all these people that probably you need while you're having a million questions while you are recovering from burnout. We're practicing mindfulness. There are mindfulness practices in the program as well. And there is, after this, it's a 6-week program. And after this 6-week program, after 3 months, we have a follow-up meeting. You get a lot of tools, but I make sure that you're not overwhelmed with these tools, because your brain needs rest, not overwhelmed. It's a severe period in our lives. It's a severe condition. It doesn't go away with just a weekend trip. The brain needs recovery with evidence-based scientific tools, and that's what we're doing. And the program is a holistic transformational program where we practice not only exercises for the mind but also for the body, and we talk about boundaries, we talk about self-sabotage, we talk about self-talk and inner critic, we talk about values, we talk about self-care. So all these things in this program. I'm here if you have any more questions. Remember the 3 things that I need you to keep from this video today. One is burnout doesn't start when you're already feeling tired. It has started already with a habit of pleasing and overgiving. Secondly, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It takes more time than you think in order to recover. And thirdly, there is a fear after beating burnout, a fear of relapse. And we also need to make sure that we are embracing and also facing this fear with the right tools. Thank you very much for being here. Take good care of yourself, and looking forward to seeing you, if you're struggling with burnout, in my burnout recovery program that starts on November 1st. Have a good day.